Hey friend, let's have a chat real quick. I know you may be having a rough day or a rough week, but trust me, you're gonna get past this. I want you to imagine yourself in a better position than you are right now, in a different place, in a different state of mind, surrounded by peace, happiness, and prosperity. If you think these trials and these struggles are gonna last forever, the devil is a liar, and that won't happen. It was Solomon who said that there's a time for everything under the sun. And trust me, there is a time for the ending of these troubles and these trials that get you down so easily and that are pressing on you each and every day. The end is in sight, and you have to believe it. So whatever thing you want to acquire, whatever change you want to make, it's more than possible as long as you are willing. Now, with that willingness, you're gonna connect with the source that is greater than yourself. I don't care what anybody wants to say, but I know I was created in the image of God. Because I know that this is true, because I am certain that this is true, I know that I don't have to bear my burdens alone. So let me take a minute to tell you about this person I am talking about. Yes, this person, this God, this friend. God can do anything. God can do everything. You just have to have a little faith, and trust me, with your faith mingled with His faithfulness, you can accomplish wonders. If you're sick, He could heal you. If you're emotionally disturbed, He can give you rest. If you're stressing, He can give you peace. And if you're brokenhearted, trust me, He knows how to bind up those wounds like no other. Friend, don't think I'm telling you about something that does not work. I have proven it. I am certain of it. And this is why I'm recommending it to you. I am recommending that you have a relationship with God. And when you do have a relationship with God, you're going to recognize that everything else in your life begins to change. It's not going to be easy, but we are going to take some time to reshape and refocus our minds. We are going to trust God, and we are going to do our part to ensure that we get out of this slumber that we're in. Julie Herbert made this poem, and it's so good. The name of the poem is Our Mind, and it goes something like this. Our mind is a gateway to what's good and bad. It just takes us to show it its way. If we choose to be happy and see things not crappy, we're sure that our lives will obey. If we always worry or expect the worst, you'll soon see that life will follow. So in order to make sure that life will be grand, we must make sure our attitude is easy to swallow. Think big, not small. Rise, don't fall, and everything will go your way. But if you find yourself negatively thinking, you may just need a replay. So kick off your boots and remember your roots and decide how you want to be. If you want to be happy and think positively, then remind yourself of what you will see. It may not seem like it now, but it is going to be okay. Take a deep breath. Brush yourself off. You know it's gonna be fine. It really is going to work itself out. This one is called Don't Worry, and this is by Ripley D. Saunders. And it goes like this. When things go contrary, as often they do, and fortune seems burdened with spite, don't give away to grieving all dismal and blue that never set anything right. But cheerfully face what the day may reveal. Make the best of whatever befall. Since the more that you worry, the worse you must feel. Why waste time in worry at all? We all have our troubles, some more and some less. And this is the knowledge we gain. It's work and a brave heart that lighten the stress of a life share of sorrow and pain. Then faced with this knowledge, fate's cruelest deal, too plunky to faint or to fall. Since the more you worry, the worse you must feel. Is it wisdom to worry at all? It was Catherine Pulsifer who said these words. Who can give you motivation? You can read lots of quotes, you can read lots of poems, or you could try reading books. But at the end of the day, only you can motivate yourself. Did you get that? Only you can motivate yourself. You have to stay focused on your end goal, taking one step at a time. You need perseverance and determination, and sometimes you need to step back, but always stepping ahead again. Motivate yourself and keep moving forward.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, all right. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope in the dream of the slave.
I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. First of all, she said, "Somebody give me a piece of paper. Give me a piece of paper." She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA one semester, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Fail big. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought. So I'm in the wings, I'm about to go on stage, but the guy in front of me, he's singing like Pavarotti, and I'm just shrinking, I'm getting smaller and smaller. So they say, "Oh, thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from us." So I come out with my little sheet music, and so I assumed I didn't get the job. But the next part of the audition, he called me back. The next part of the audition is the acting part of the audition. Now I'm like, hey, okay, maybe I can't sing, but I know I can act. So they pair me with this guy, and again, I didn't know about musical theater. And musical theater is big, so they can reach everyone all the way in the back of the stadium. And I'm more from a realistic, naturalistic kind of acting where you actually talk to the person next to you. So I don't know what my line was. My line was, "Well, hand me the cup." And his line was, "Well, I will hand you the cup, my dear. The cup will be there to be handed to you." I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed, and I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. Someone talked about it. Won the Tony Award. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith.